It's time for CIBL Biz Tips, bringing you actionable strategies to grow and improve your business. Prepare to become civilized.
What's up, Central Illinois? Welcome to CIBL Biz Tips, where we bring you concepts and strategies to grow your Central Illinois business. Today, I'm going to give you a quick tip about a tool that I use fairly often and something that you can use in your business to help do tasks that you may not know how to do, don't want to do, or just want to outsource to someone else. So a tool that I use for my personal business and this podcast, I'll explain how I use it, is called Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and that is spelled Fiverr.com. So Fiverr.com I think it's the world's largest marketplace. And basically you can hire freelance workers to do digital services for you, on behalf of you and your business. So what you can do, you go to Fiverr.com. I'll use an example. Let's say that for this podcast, for example, so for the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast, Garrett and I wanted a professional introduction for the podcast done. Now, obviously, we are not professional voiceover actors or anything like that. So we went to Fiverr.com, and there's you can type into the search bar, just like Google, you can type into the Fiverr search bar, podcast intro, and you'll get a bunch of examples. You'll get a bunch of freelancers who can do record a podcast intro for you. They'll have some examples of what their intros sound like, what you can choose from. And basically you hire who you feel is going to be the best fit for what you need for your business. So Garrett and I went on to Fiverr. We typed in that we wanted a podcast intro and outro, and we got to listen to sound clips of each of these freelancers that do intros and outros. And we chose one. If you've listened to the podcast, the CIBL intro, as well as our main podcast intro, that was hired from a freelancer on Fiverr. So we paid this individual to record the intro that we have recorded. So he did it in a very professional, business-like voice. He asked what type of music we wanted. So he put his intro over music. He asked if we wanted country music, rock music, rap, whatever we wanted. So we said, if you've heard it, you know what it sounds like. Kind of a good beat, nothing too crazy. So he put his intro together, put it over music, and sent it to us. And then at that point in time, we get to review the content and make sure that we approve and say, yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. Or you can actually go back and say, no, I want you to tweak it just a little bit. So they'll go back and tweak it, send you another example, and then you approve the project. They'll send you the files so you can use it, and you move on with your day, and then you put the intro into the podcast. So that's an example that you can, if you go back and listen to the intro, that was a freelancer off of Fiverr that did that intro for us. Some other things that are very common on Fiverr are like social media content. If you are wanting to increase your social media presence for your business, and you just don't know how to do it correctly, or you don't know where to start, or you just don't have time, you can outsource social media content creation to a freelancer on Fiverr. So I'm actually going to pull up Fiverr real quick and give you some examples of what you can actually do or find on Fiverr. If you're watching by video, I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen here. If you're not watching on video, if you're listening to the podcast, you can go to YouTube and check out the screen share here. But I'm going to try to, give me just a second, and I'll do it. A logo design. Let's say you are trying to find a new logo for your business, but you don't know where to start. You can go to Fiverr and hire a freelancer to design a logo for you. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen. Oh, come on now. So anyway, Fiverr has so many options. Okay. If you're watching, I typed in logo design. You go down and you can find, here's someone who will do it for under $25. You can see some examples of what they're doing here. If one of those kind of catches your eye, like, okay, this guy's got the concept that I'm looking for. Or if you look over, this guy does it for $25 to $50, $50 to $85. You can get as expensive as you want or as cheap as you want. So you get what you pay for in Fiverr as well. So logo design, here's a list of things: graphic design. So you got logos, business cards, app design, website design, social posts, social media design, They can design t-shirts and just so many things that you can do on Fiverr that if you don't know how to do it on your own, it's very cheap. How many people pay $25 for a logo? I think you could probably pay someone thousands of dollars to create a logo for you. But if you go to Fiverr and tell them what you want, you can get one for $25 in this case. So Fiverr, I'll wrap it up. I don't want to get too long-winded. Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com is a freelance website. You can find people to do things that you want done for your business that you don't have the time or expertise to do. So check them out. You might be able to use them to build up your business, highlight your business on social media, whatever happens to be that you want. Fiverr may be the spot for you. Till next time, y'all been civilized. Take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/CIBL podcast. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It's the civilized thing to do.
What's up, Central Illinois? You know what you all need? Y'all need some CIBL podcast swag. And thanks to our newest sponsor, Jedco Sales, you can now find our swag at CIBLmerch.com. You can find t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, hats, and more, all classically adorned with our famous CIBL podcast logo. If you want to represent and support your favorite podcast, check out CIBLmerch.com. That's CIBLmerch.com. If you like our store, you can also build your very own business swag store with the help of Jedco Sales in Effingham, Illinois. Jedco is owned by previous CIBL guests, Andrew and Laren Dial. They've set up a special discount offer for CIBL guests and listeners to set up your very own custom branded swag store. You can now offer branded apparel to your employees, customers, and fans, and Jedco will fulfill all the orders for you. Contact Jedco at sales@jedcosales.com. That's sales@JEDCO sales.com, and tell them that Garrett and Derek sent you. Let Jedco help you get noticed.